Hey, Lyoko Warriors, it's Kevin here for you for another cool Lyoko episode review. This is going to be episode 23 entitled Rock Bottom. On Netflix, it's titled Critical Situation, but when I looked it up on Google, because I logged off on Netflix by accident, so I just looked it up on Google, it was Rock Bottom, so it could work out either way for Rock Bottom or Critical Situation, the titles of this episode. So let's get into it. Just want to tell y'all both, just in case y'all were on Netflix, like, it's not titled Rock Bottom, you're wrong. Sit on Google. Sit on Google. Anyway, the episode begins off right after the opening. It begins right off with the whole squad right in front of the principal office. Not that they're in trouble, they're just chilling there. And they tell us that they're on a 3-day weekend, so they're really excited. They hope that Yumi can get her house by herself today. Oh, that's my hair. I know. Yo, I didn't know what this was. I thought I had something on my face. That's my hair. Okay. Okay. I was trying to be all smooth with it. Just do this. I did not know that was my head. Um, sorry. Um, they're kind of excited to hopefully that Yumi can get her house to herself. And Yumi says, "Yeah, my parents are gonna be out for like a day or two, so I should be able to." Or it's like, I don't know, knowing your parents. Yumi's like, "Well, I get my money on her." Okay, guys, see y'all later. And then we just get an outward shot of the city, and it's daytime, afternoon, then nighttime, then daytime, and then we finally cut to Yumi's house, and she's talking to her mom and dad about how she just wants to have a few friends over to have a little to study. And that's like you just want a few friends over to study. You're not talking about those clowns, are you? Oh, that was funny, but I'm like, geez, what do they do? He was like, you're not talking about those clowns, are you? Like, Yumi gets a bit upset. I think she's faking, but she gets a bit upset. She's like, you don't even know them. Why do you gotta be so mean for? Come on, Dad. It's just a few friends. You don't trust me enough? Okay. You can have a few friends over for your little get together study session. She's all happy. She's hugging her dad, and then she smiles really big. Seeing you be that happy, man. It's just so. She has the biggest smile on her face. She's the biggest smile on her face. Look, I'm gonna tell you. She's like, you won't regret it. Don't worry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Biggest smile on her face. You know you gotta get the whole face with me. You gotta get the whole face. Alright, that looks a lot better when I cover the lamp a little bit. I'm gonna start doing that a bit more. Cover the lamp a little bit. But see, he's just so happy. Let me cover the screen again with the trusty old towel. But yeah, let's get a bigger one. Probably get a bigger one sooner or later. One of these days, because that's kind of small. Well, I mean, it's shouldn't cover the whole screen, but maybe I don't know. Anyway, we cut to school where Yumi tells everybody that she was allowed to get the house free for a few days. Everybody's excited, like, yeah, now we can have a party, let's do it. And Jimmy doesn't look too happy. And Yumi's like, hey, Jimmy, what's the matter? It's nothing. I just can't get in contact with my leader. It's kind of hard right now. Well, maybe you should. And then the bell rings, and then Jimmy grabs his bag and he runs off screen and he yells, "All right, it's time for physics!" And he just runs off. Nobody else says anything. They're just looking at Jimmy. Like, he's so happy to go to physics class. Like, this is unreal. Like Jeremy's, let's go to physics, guys. Like, ain't nobody that excited to go to physics class. Ain't nobody excited to go to physics class. Right after that, we just get a zoomed in perspective of the clock. The clock just keeps moving for like a minute. Then the bell finally rings. Everybody goes out. And then they start talking about the party. Yumi's talking about she can buy chips and drinks. Also, she could invite some two dudes. Oryx says that, oh, we invite those two dudes. She might come. I wouldn't mind if she didn't come, especially when she brings her awful music. I go, don't worry. I'm the DJ this time. I got my own person DJ too. What if I not be partying? You're like, well, okay, well, I'm ready for tonight. Let me just try to go contact our leader because something's going on with Lyoko, and we always gotta be ready for Xana. All right, you're right, Jeremy. And then we cut again. Let me just go to it. We cut to the guys just goofing around. So we cut to them. I don't know what to call it, but basically, I was gonna say odd. Oric put his shoes in the middle of the hallway, and you'll run as fast as you can. Now, as soon as you pass his shoes, you stop and you slide on the floor and see how far you get. Odd already has some markings in front, and then it's Oric turn. He's at the beginning of the hallway. Jimmy goes, okay, bang. He just does it with his finger, bang, and then he starts to run. He'll slide, and he got farther than odd. He got farther than odd, and all on the phone with Yumi like, hey, He got farther than me. He did. And it's so funny because I said, don't worry, I can beat him. But the funny thing is, he's at the door already. Because look, look, he's already, like, he already ran and he's sliding now with his feet. And he goes past him and he's right there. That's where Jeremy put the markings at. He's at the door. He's like, hey, he beat me. He did. Like, that's pretty crazy. And then Otto said, don't worry, I can beat him. But this was like my room right now. Ort just went from here to basically right here. Just a few like inches away from the door. Now Odd wants to beat that. He's going to have to at least get up on the door. He's going to have to at least hit the door to be Odd. And I don't know if he can do that. I mean, the marking where Odd was pretty close to the door. They were at least right here. They're at least right here, but that's where Odd was. But hey, it's whatever. Maybe Odd can't hit the door. Or maybe Jeremy can just open the door for Odd just in case he does go out the door because Odd's markings are already right there at the door. So I might as well open it. Open the door. But with all this commotion and goofing around, Jim hears it and he's like, he said, how come y'all don't just like sit down and just chill out? How come every time there's a 3-day weekend, you buffoons, just he doesn't say buffoons, but how come you guys just stay here? Huh? Y'all don't got nothing better to do? Jim, we just like it here. Nah, I know what's going on. Your parents are sick of you, and I sympathize with them, because you got to go back to them sooner or later. That was so funny. He said, now go to your rooms. Okay, Jim, okay. We'll walk through the double doors. As soon as he walks out the double doors, okay, Odd, get ready. Odd, he steps up, he starts to run. He doesn't have his shoes off this time, but he actually is able to slide a little bit with his feet, but he stumbles and falls. He tumbles and falls. Sorry, I feel like I'm getting out of breath for a second. He tumbles and falls down to the ground, and when he does, he drops a picture. And they're like, oh, is this the DJ you were talking about? Samantha, huh? Oh, yeah, sorry. I said, hey, see Samantha. She goes there. You guys didn't know her? Anyway, I gotta go. Puts the picture in his pocket, and he walks off. Okay. And then we get two scenes cut back to back. We get one scene of Jimmy trying to contact Alita on Lyoko, and it doesn't work. And then we cut to the scene where Odd meets Samantha outside of the school. Well, not outside of the school, inside of the school, like right next to the building. Anyway, Odd walks up on her and just kisses her. He just standing there for a second, walks up and kisses her. I thought she was gonna freak out, like, hey, yo, what are you doing? But no, she just blushes, and he blushes too. And let me tell you what she looks like real quick. This is Samantha, or Sam. Not too bad, not too bad. Samantha, or Sam, if you will. Anyway, like I said, he just walks up on her and kisses her. She doesn't bat her eyes, she just blushes, and he blushes too. He's like, hey, do you have any problems getting into the school? No, the things are easy to climb. Okay. And then somehow, like, I think, like, she mentions about how something music, and then Odd goes, oh, yeah, you should check out the vinyl records. Vinyl records are really cool. We have some in the building. She said, can we just stop talking about music? Let's get to the real jam session. And when she says that, the animator zoomed in on her mouth, and Odd started to blush, which I don't know why. She like, I understand zooming in on the mouth if they say something dramatic or intensified. I guess they were just doing that to make Odd nervous because he's around a girl. But it was just so confusing to me when she said that, and then it just zoomed in on her mouth for no reason. Look at this. He just does. Not here. Yeah, this. I'm like, what? And it does it again at the end of the episode. But she's like, oh, what's going on? It does it again. I'm like, what was the point in that? Like, there was no point in doing that, which is so crazy to me. And then she's like, okay, well, let's go to the computer room. I was like, okay. So they go up to the computer room, and then we cut to Jeremy finally getting in contact with Alita. And Alita's like, hey, what's the matter, Jeremy? What's going on? Oh, Alita, I've been trying to contact you all day. It's just not working for me. She says, oh, that's not unusual. Lyoko changes its network points. It changes. I don't know. I mean, I know what she says. But let me just read it out for y'all, so I know. I can tell you the real information because I don't know why. But I thought this was funny. That was her profile card. I thought that was funny that was a profile card. You can't really see it, but she's like holding her head. So that was kind of funny. Anyway, after Jeremy says, I've been trying to contact you all day, she says, oh, that's not weird. Lyoko is constantly changing his access points on the network. And she didn't give a reason for that. Oh yeah, right after that, Oris busts into the room like, "Hey, you want to play some chess?" Okay. You're like, okay. She did, oh yeah, and also she didn't give a reason for that. She didn't say like the only two reasons I can think of is either the supercomputer is so powerful that it can't stay on one network for too long or it can't handle it. That doesn't really make any sense, but she could say that. Or she didn't say that Xana does that because he doesn't want anybody to track it, so it doesn't stay on one like network point for too long. But she didn't say that. She just says that. Then we're like, oh, okay. And then boom. I can't remember if that ever comes back up in later on in the series, or maybe that was just for this episode. Probably just for this episode, or maybe they'll bring it back in a later episode and say about it. Right after that, we cut to Samantha and Odd in the computer room, and Samantha tries to steal one of the computers. I was like, whoa, whoa, what I doing up, player? Like, well, we're not stealing. She's like, what's the problem? If you want me to DJ at your party, I need a more powerful computer. I don't have the money for it. Plus, the school is insured, right? So it's all good. I was like, insured or not, stealing is stealing. We're not doing that. She's like, what do you gotta be like? Shh, shh, hold up. And then Jim walks into the room. Samantha's hiding behind the sorry. Samantha's hiding behind the desk and Oz holding the computer. And Jim's like, I never would have thought Oz. Oh, Jim, it's not what you think. Uh-huh. Come on. And they walk out the computer room, he closes the door and he locks it and all looks like, oh. Like, Sam's still in there. He just locked it. And then we cut to Jeremy and Ort playing chess. And Jeremy beats him. And Ort goes, man, can I beat you in something like karate? So dumb. Can I beat you in something like karate? So after he says that, they look up and they see Odd and Jim. So I was going to say Jeremy, but I had to like cut myself off. He sees Odd and Jim walking, and they're like, huh, what's going on with him? They go to the principal's office, and Jim is chewing him out about how he could get expelled for this. He's stealing school property. Why would you do this, Odd? Odd's not telling him the truth, and then Jeremy and Ori come in like, hey, Jim, you must be mistaken. Anytime that Odd needs to use a computer for schoolwork or whatever, I always let him use mine. Tell him, Odd. He's like, I mean, yeah, that's true, but this time I need a more powerful computer to do something. You think I'm an idiot? Son, this could, and an Odd phone starts to ring. And then he says using phones on school grounds is prohibited. The Odd tries to answer anyway, then he takes the phone. Jeez Louise. And then we just cut to Lyoko, and it's a camera shot. And the camera's going all over the desert sector. And then we go into the mountain sector, all over. And then we get to Alita and this pulsation. He's like, Jeremy, sorry, that's something in my eye. Jeremy, but obviously Jeremy's not there. He's in the office, so he doesn't hear him. And this pulsation's going like crazy. And Alita's still standing, or not still, but she's standing on that same gigantic rock from a few episodes ago. But she was like, that rock was like 10,000 feet in the air, and she was just standing on top of it. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, literally, what are you doing standing on top of this? And then when we cut to the school, Xana is like, they don't go in detail on what's going on, but at first we see some lampposts and some goo starts to come out of it. And that goo hits the ground, and then some steam starts to come out of the ground. And then wherever that steam is, buildings and trees, just like it starts to sink into the ground. Rock bottom or critical situation. And it never explained throughout this whole episode exactly what Xana is doing to cause that. I don't know what's going on. Like here we see some like lights on the ground and some ooze is coming out of it. Let me do this. Some ooze is coming out of it. And then the steam. And right after we see that steam, or anywhere that steam is, the building starts to sink into the ground. Which I just don't understand how that's happening. I really don't. I'm gonna have to look this up. Hopefully, maybe someone in the comments can tell me. I don't know how that steam is like making the buildings and stuff sink into the ground. Anyway, we get a back-to-back cut to where we see Sam trying to get out of the computer lab, but obviously the door's locked, so she can't. And then the building she's in is starting to sink into the ground, so the sunlight's starting to turn to shade. And she's like, huh? What in the world? I need to get out of here. Something's going on. Like, she's starting to freak out. And then we cut to Jeremy, Odd, and Oric on the not the football field, the track field. And they're like, okay, we're away from Jim. Tell us what's going on. I don't really feel like telling you guys. I gotta go. And while Odd is walking, he sees the steam on the building, and the building is starting to sink in. And they're like, oh, shoot, Xana. And I was like, okay, Samantha tried to steal a computer. I swear I tried to stop her, but she just wouldn't listen. And Jim caught us, and that's how I got there. But we need to go save her. Okay, this is the point. Sorry, I'm looking at them like, I'm trying to be like this. Oh, okay. This is the plan. Jeremy's gonna call Yumi. They're both gonna meet up at the factory on Lyoko, while Oric and Oz try to go save Samantha. Break. That's the plan. So that's what they do. They call Yumi. Yumi's like, okay, I'm on my way. She starts to run to Lyoko, and then it's funny because like when Yumi runs off and calls Yumi, we cut to Oric and Oz, and they're like, okay, let's go inside the building and save Sam. Hopefully, there's nobody else in the gymnasium. As soon as they say that, we cut to Jim just lifting some weights. I mean, he got some muscle to him. I didn't. I thought Jim was just all fat, man. He got some muscle to him, man. Look at this. My boy got that strong arm, looking like the Rock right now. He is just doing it, man. Then even one like quick little scene in this episode where he's doing push-ups. I'm like, okay, my boy Jim working out today. We get one quick scene of Jeremy getting to the factory first, and he's just in the chair. Then we get another quick scene of Yumi running around the city, and everything is starting to sink. Like, look at this, look. Like I said, the steam, wherever that steam is, the buildings are starting to sink into the ground. Which I just don't know how that's. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm generally confused if they don't explain it in this episode. I'm gonna have to look it up or something. I'm gonna have to look it up or something. Because I have no idea what is going on to cause that. Anyway, Oric and Odd get some spears. Well, I guess like javelins. Because I was like, where did the spears come from? They get some javelins, tie a rope around it, tighten it, and they throw it to the building where Sam is. Obviously, but Oric misses the first one. I was like, okay, concentrate. He's able to throw it through a window. He pulls it gets tight, and then they just zip line over to the next building. Then they save Sam. And I was like, how are they going to get through the unlocked door? Did they, like, swipe Jim's key? No. Oric literally just kicks the door down. He literally just kicks the door down. Sam's like, oh, thank you. Okay, well, we got to go. I'm like, geez. And then Jim, he's stuck inside of his house. I mean, not his, yeah, well, I guess that's his house. Well, while he's, like, working. He's stuck inside of the building. There's, like, it's getting stuck underground more and more. And then mud starts to come in. And literally, we get a scene where Jim, I don't know why he went into his closet. But he goes into his closet and he calls like 911. He thinks he's joking because he says, I'm stuck in a closet and there's mud finna suffocate me. No, I'm not joking. Send help, please. I don't want to die. Please, help. I was like, oh, man. My boy Jim. At the same time, I'm like, why would you get in your closet? Okay, maybe the building was so underground to where even if he did go out of his room and go to, like, the door to get out, it was already underground. But it didn't look like he checked it. It just looked like he just ran into his closet. It's never in the closet. It was like imagine a big metal thing on the side, like a file cabinet, but big enough for a person to fit in. And there's like two double doors on it. That was like his cabinet. I mean, his closet, I guess. And he just went into it instead of trying to get outside of the building. So I don't know what Jim was doing. I really don't know. And then Yumi finally gets to Lyoko, and I didn't realize just how deep Lyoko is. I mean, not Lyoko. She finally gets to the factory to get to Lyoko. I didn't realize how deep the factory is because we see the elevator, and I knew you have to go below the elevator. I knew they're on the top level, and they go down to this room. They have to go down again to the next room. But this perspective is like super deep underground. Like, look at this. That is super deep underground. That had to take years to dig out and stuff like that. I didn't realize just how deep the factory goes. I just did not realize how deep the factory goes, man. That was pretty deep. Man, jeez Louise. She finally gets to Lyoko, but she gets to Lyoko mid-air. She's right next to Alita, but it's on those moving platforms like before they go up and down. She barely clashes on to one of them, but Alita helps her out. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. She's gonna go into the digital sea. My goodness gracious. Sorry, I forgot the props for today. You know, everybody's on Lyoko, so got to bring out a fan for you. So dope. I'm so dope. Anyway, this episode we get three not hornets. Yeah, it's hornets, right? I've been calling them waspers or wasp, but I think they're called hornets. Yeah, they're called hornets. Anyway, they start to attack Yumi and Alita. Obviously, Yumi brings out her fan and she throws it. And it goes all the way around this giant rock. And I was like, that's pretty cool. But then she catches it, and Jeremy goes, hey, like, oh my goodness, that's a big white light, huh? She throws her fan and goes around that giant rock. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't say that. Goes around that giant rock, and she misses. And Jeremy's like, hey, the monster disappeared on my skin. And Alita says in this sector, Hornets are like really well adapted here. Like this is their territory. And then they start to attack them all at once. All three Hornets start to shoot at Alita and Yumi. Yumi gets Alita behind her, brings out her fan so to block a few times. She throws it, she misses, and then one wasp, a Hornet, goes around the back, and Yumi's like, "Oh shoot!" And she jumps in front of Alita, and it shoots her, and she diverts her life. And then Yumi's like, "Alita, use your creation. Like, come, we just gotta wait for Odd and Orange on their way." I sure hope so. Like, oh, you tell her that. Anyway, but she makes a rocket dome around her so she can be protected. But the Hornets are shooting at it like crazy, so it's gonna give out sooner or later. Let me just cut because I went ahead and said the gym thing. And like I said, Alita makes a giant rock dome around her so that she doesn't get killed. But the Hornets are shooting at it like crazy, so like the Hornets are shooting at it like crazy. So Odd and Orange are gonna have to hurry up. And they don't have to wait. I mean, Alita doesn't have to wait for too long because they finally get there. And when they get there, they are a bit of ways away from Alita. Well, why didn't you teleport them right next to her? I just don't understand it. I really don't understand that sometimes. But they finally get to Alita as soon as the rock dome dissipates. And Odd tries to shoot some of the Waspers, but he keeps missing. He's like, what's going on with me today? I don't know what's going on. But he's finally able to kill one of them. Or it goes triplicate, and two of his duplicates die. And he's like, okay, just me and you. He jumps up, he slices it in half, but it shoots him at the same time, and he devirtualizes. And then we cut to Yumi and Yumi and Odd. Yumi and Jeremy. My bad. We cut to Yumi and Jeremy sitting down looking at the screen. They're like, oh no! Like they're looking really nervous. Oh yeah, and they also brought Sam to the factory, but she's just sitting there waiting with Jeremy. And I was like, why is she even here? I mean, they could have just left her at school. But I mean, I guess that'd be kind of jacked up just to leave after that traumatic situation. So this was whatever. Anyway, like I said, it's a little too early. Here, like I said, he goes triplicate. He jumps up and he slices the last one. Oh, he slices the second one right at half. But there was three. Otto was able to take out one. Then Orc takes out this one. And looking at it like, oh no, you gotta be kidding me. And Orc's dead. So Alita runs to the tower and she's able to get inside. And she does a mean flip to get there. I was able to just take it out like that. Easy, laser arrow. But look at Alita. She does a mean flip to get to the tower. Look at this. You see that? Look at this. I'll say, go ahead, I'll get it. And Alita does two mean flips. Look at that. Oh, what? What? That is crazy. I ain't never did do something like that. That is crazy. Okay. That was nice. That was nice. That was pretty nice. Anyway, I was able to take it out. Called Lyoko, reverse the time. And then the thing that they changed is Odd brings Samantha to Jeremy's room. And he's like, hey, don't worry. I'm going to show you what real power can do. For good, I can see what you can do with a pretty powerful computer. He just types on his computer. Green words have to pop up. She looks at Odd. They both smile at each other. And that's it. Oh, yeah, Oracle over there too. Oracle was standing there. He didn't really say anything. And that's the end of the episode. So, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. I thank you all for watching. I thank you all out there for being wonderful and amazing human beings. I thank you all out there for being wonderful human beings. And I hope you all have a good night and a good day, wherever you are in the world. And like I said, okay, I only have 3 episodes left for season 1. I could knock that out without doing 2 a week, because I did one this week. I can do one next week. And then we got like another week left. So yeah, I can get season 1 done. And if I can get season 2 started, I will. But I know I can get season 1 done in this week. I mean, not this week. I can get season 1 done before the end of the year. I was trying to do that before. I probably could have got it done sooner because I didn't do one last week. But I can get season 1 done before the end of this year. So I think so. 4 seasons. Luckily, season 3, for some reason, only has 15 episodes. I don't know why, but it only has 15, so that's a bit shorter. But, right after that, it's another. Season 4 got 30 episodes. Season 2 got 26, just like season 1. Season 3 is going to be a bit quicker, there's only 15. But season 4 has 30 episodes. 30 episodes. My goodness gracious. Whoo! Jeez Louise. Okay. I'll see y'all later, man. Bye bye.